guys, welcome back for another episode. My name is Kate Bowman, and right now this house is in complete chaos. Currently, I am putting away Christmas. I don't know about you, but I am a celebrate Christmas for a month, and then pretty much the day after, I've got to take this stuff down. I don't do well with all the stuff and things out for long periods of time. So we are kind of in a transition right now. My family and I will be moving into a tiny house in July or late June, early July, right around in there. And so right now it's not just about cleaning up Christmas, it's also about deciding what it is that we're going to keep and what we're going to take with us. So I've been doing that over the last couple of days. Today we will finally be saying goodbye to our tree. We've had this tree for I think 7 Christmases, and as you can see right here, the lights started going and we ended up just buying like wraparound lights. This big guy who has served us well, he will be leaving today. He will be heading off to the dump. This bin right here is full of all of the things that we are ready to say goodbye to and, perhaps pass them on to some friends in the neighborhood. And then it keeps going. There's more stuff out here. But I am definitely excited that over the last few years now, we have been able to minimize ourselves down from 20 boxes of just holiday Christmas items. And so there is one more box upstairs. It's a big one because it has the garland in it. But otherwise, this right here is our Christmas. So Christmas is down to 3 boxes with a couple extra things. And then this is all just like gift wrap and stuff like that. But I feel really excited that, we've gotten things down to the things that we just absolutely love. And hopefully we can find homes for them in the new house. Although we have had a couple of dilemma items. So these guys, and then we also have these trees. And then these 2 guys with their cute googly eyes. And we're really unsure of which of those we would like to keep. We cannot keep all 3. They're really big and they're kind of hard to pack. So I have decided that we are going to put them into a Think About It box, which I'm going to go and grab right now. Okay, so I went down and grabbed one of the biggest bins that I have. And that's good because the guys that I'm going to put in here for a little while, they need a little extra space. So basically, over my journey or our family's journey to minimize, one of the things that has kind of saved us in a big way is we call it a Think About It box. And so what we do with a Think About It box is we're not always like, there are some items where we get like on the fence about them, or sometimes I start to struggle with decision fatigue. And so if there are ever any items where we're just really truly on the fence and we're not sure what we want to keep, we put them into a box, and this box then goes out into the garage for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then when we come back to that box, for some reason, just kind of like separating yourself from your items for a little while makes it very easy to then be like, you know what? I think I do want to hold on to that, or I definitely feel like I can let that go. And so we're going to do that with the snowmen, with Merle and George, the googly-eyed friends, and the trees, and kind of narrow it down to either one thing or 2 things. And so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I am going to put these guys out in the garage, and hopefully in a week or 2, it will be very easy for us to make the decision of who's staying and who we're going to pass on to someone else. Since I am on a roll with that, I think it's time to take down Big Green here. Thank you, Big Green. All right, so I'm going to take him down. I'm going to take him to the dump, and then I'm going to take a little break and head down to Whole Foods and grab some things. I think we're going to do a pot roast for dinner tonight, so I got to go down and get all that stuff. Okay, so that was a lot of work. That tree was insanely heavy. It is in the dogmobile and it is ready to head to the dump. Things are looking a little better around here. We've got things decluttered. This space right here, still a little bit, but we're definitely off to a good start. So I am going to take a break, get out of here for a little while, and head down to Whole Foods. So it's New Year's Eve and I am on my own tonight, at least for a while yet. The Hubs is working in the emergency room tonight and Connor is off hanging out with his girlfriend and her family. So I am just kind of taking advantage of some quiet. Today was a run around day. I kind of fiddled around with, all the stuff and things. And I found that shortly after I had created the video a couple days ago, I kind of just crashed and burned and just felt really tired. And so I've just kind of been honoring that and have just been a little bit more gentle. And so since the evening is kind of just for me, I got into my pajamas at 6 o'clock and binge watching Emily in Paris and doing some puzzle and having some hot cocoa. So that's pretty much what's going on around here. As we move into a new year in just a couple of hours, it's exciting to think about the possibilities that 2022 will bring. For now, I'm going to sip on my hot cocoa, binge watch some more Emily in Paris, and put some more pieces in this puzzle. Good morning, guys. We are back. You have messy hair, Kate. It's 9 o'clock and I've already been out running errands and all the things because, we're supposed to have a wintry mix today for a while before it turns into rain, which has just recently started. There were just big old fat snowflakes falling from the sky and now it already looks like it's kind of turning into rain, sleet stuff. Oh, it's snowing again. Let's see. Big old flakes. Yep. Here we go. So I feel very lucky that I was able to get home before that started. I optimistically grabbed 2 vases this morning, although I don't think I'm going to need them because the flower selection was quite abysmal. And I don't know if that's just flowers in January in New Hampshire or if it's just because they haven't had a chance to restock since the holidays. So we're going to do what we can with these 2 little bouquets. So we'll start with these. So I really like to have flowers in the house. They're super pretty, but I find that during the winter, I actually kind of need them. The seasonal affect disorder, I definitely get that and it hits me hard. It's often very cloudy and very cold, and even on the days when the sun is out, you can't feel it. So after, weeks and then months of that, it just sort of becomes almost intolerable. My energy levels really start to drop and I'm usually a go, go, go kind of gal. I find that my get up and go kind of vanishes on me. So staying busy definitely helps so that I'm not just focusing on how crappy the weather is all the time, and doing activities like puzzles and word finds and finding some good TV shows to watch can definitely help. But I'm definitely a puzzle addict. And then, as I've said, I really love having flowers around the house and also candles. I love the candles in the wintertime. Something that smells really pretty. I'm trying a Sicilian lemon one at this point from Yankee Candle, and it smells really pretty. It's a very, very sweet smell. I'd almost ordered 2, but I'm kind of glad that I ordered 1 because it is such a sweet smell, and I think that if I would have done 2, it would have been really overpowering. And this is just not exactly what I had in mind, but I don't have the filler flower. So hopefully this will be a little prettier when the flowers bloom here. Maybe I can put some of these, just these all by themselves, in this vase right here. I think I'm gonna try it. And then I can still have 2 bunches of flowers because this one definitely doesn't have much of a wow factor, but it's still pretty and it will do. And I think we'll just put this one out in the living room. Today is definitely a busy one. Connor also has a wrestling match tonight. It's an away match, so he has to be on the bus at 3:45 today. So that does not leave us a whole lot of time, especially since I have acupuncture at 1:30 today. And then we have a little car debacle going on. One of our cars has a recall, so that's going into the shop for a quick fix this afternoon. Basically, at some point along the way, we said, how can we make this Wednesday really ridiculous? And so we have achieved an absolutely ridiculous Wednesday. But you know what? We're gonna work with it. We're gonna make it work. I like to send Connor off with a nice nutritious meal. So I am going to make a big old batch of chili. It's probably literally the best chili I've ever eaten. I will add a link in the description if you want to try it yourself. It makes a ton and it makes for easy lunches. And I'm also going to make a cornbread. The guys absolutely love it. These are definitely a little underwhelming. Filler greens absolutely make it all the difference in the world, but that was an option today. So this is what we've got. And it's still beautiful. So I'm going to put these where they belong. Actually, I am going to take you with me, and that way I can show you a couple of the things that I was talking about. Please hold. So these are just gonna go here, although it's a very simple arrangement. It looks really nice with this blue here. And then this is it's the Sicilian lemon candle. And it smells really nice. Again, it's very sweet though. So we'll put these here. Even simple flowers always look so pretty on the table. But this right here is my new puzzle project. This is a 2,000 piece puzzle. Typically I finish like a 1,000 piece puzzle in 2 days. I love to do puzzles, like maybe a little obsessed. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna try a 2,000 piece puzzle, and that's like a whole different ball game. So we're gonna see how this one goes. But oh my gosh, it is definitely snowing now. You guys should definitely be able to see this now. Hold on. Can't ever see it as well. Maybe you can see it better from inside. No, not really. You'll just have to take my word for it. But it's basically been kind of, was it sunny yesterday? It was sunny yesterday. But other than that, it has basically been cloudy or giving us some sort of precipitation just endlessly. But instead of complaining about the weather, I have got to get started on this chili. So this chili recipe definitely looks like it has a ton of ingredients in it, but mostly it's just opening some cans here. So the recipe calls for 1 can of beans, but I'm going to double the recipe. And so I actually like to quadruple the beans. We usually use 2 things of the pinto beans and 2 things of kidney beans. Also 2 things of diced tomatoes. And then one of the reasons why I started doubling the recipe is because I hated wasting the beef stock. So that way we're able to use most of it. Her recipe calls for sugar. I think it's like a tablespoon or 2 of sugar. And so I actually like to use light brown sugar. Personally, I think that brown sugar tends to have a richer flavor in recipes. So that's what I'm going to use. All right, so let's get this started.
Another broken plate, another called off date. We never seem to get it right. Another heart attack, words that we can't take back.
Well, hey you. Are you coming inside? Did you play in the snow a little bit? Ooh, you are really wet. Blech. Let me go get a towel. Okay, let's dry you off. No. Are you all soaked? There you go. That's better. Okay. Whew. That should do it. Whew. Okay, let's get back to it.
Like we are the reason opposites attract. Once you slam the door on the 2nd floor, I regret it all. When I think it through, I can help the way.
Okay, so we are off to a great start here. The chili is simmering away. I've just given it a stir. So now it is time to get started on the cornbread. But in this case today, I'm going to make them into corn muffins. It's going to be much easier for Connor to manage while he is either eating on a school bus or in the bleachers. So these are the ingredients we will be using. I will be using refined coconut oil. You can't taste the coconut when you use refined coconut oil. Coconut oil is pretty easy to bake with. It melts super easy. It has a high smoke point, but coconut oil can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So once you've melted the coconut oil, if you add ingredients that are colder to it, it starts to get clumpy and lumpy again, and that's kind of a pain to fix. It's fixable, but it's a pain. I'm going to end up heating up some of this almond milk just a little bit. I'm going to put it in the microwave just to kind of take the chill off of it, and then I will add the vinegar to make it into a buttermilk. And then also I have put this egg into a little bit of warm water to warm up the egg as well. And then that way I don't have to worry about clumpy coconut oil. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this started. right, so the corn muffins are out of the oven and the chili is still simmering just for a couple more minutes. So we'll have a nice meal tonight. I'm gonna pack up some chili and some cornbread and toss together some greens for Connor, and then we are probably pretty much going to do the same right here at home. But I'm going to sign off for today. It is 11:30 and I still have several things to do before my appointment, if I can even make it to my appointment. There's not a whole lot on the road, but what it is very slippery. I actually got a text from my husband not too long ago letting me know that they were holding the buses with the kids that he works with because the roads were just too dangerous. So I am going to figure out if acupuncture is happening today after all. I'm going to put this camera up for now and I will be back again tomorrow. Welcome back to another day. I ended up making myself some hot cocoa. I'm not a big fan of like artificial pick-me-ups, but today I need a little something. We're supposed to have a snowstorm tomorrow, and it's kind of in that wishy-washy phase right now where some meteorologists are saying 1 to 3 inches, other ones are saying 4 to 8, so it's kind of a big difference there. I went and did the grocery shopping this morning instead of tomorrow, so that's all finished. My butt is definitely dragging a little bit today. Connor had his match last night and they didn't get home until, oh gosh, well after 10. It just kind of went on forever. He ended up winning his match, so yay! Good for Connor. We're super proud of him. We would have been proud either way, but it's always fun when he gets a win. So I'm taking a little time this morning to just kind of settle. I feel like I've been going a million miles an hour for the last few days. So just taking 10 or 15 minutes, playing with this puzzle here a little bit, having a little hot cocoa, and just kind of trying to live my word. A lot of people do a New Year's resolution as they move into a new year. I don't do New Year's resolutions. I never stick to them. I know a lot of people don't, and that's okay. So I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, I started embracing a word of the year. It's kind of a word that you just think of, and it kind of helps you move through the year, and so that's kind of your goal. You can go online and just like put in word of the year, and you'll find like all of these different suggestions. So I had really liked a couple of different words. I had liked bloom. I had also liked inspire, but I felt like when I saw the word simplify, that was the one that really caught me, because I feel like in order to bloom and to inspire, I really kind of just need to continue simplifying my life. So that is the word that I'm going to use as we are moving into these new phases and stages. Connor will be heading off to college in just a few months, and I have been a mom since I was 19, and so our oldest, he is off and he is in the military and he is living his life. And, you know, Connor will be leaving the nest soon too. And I am going to be 44 in April. And I sort of have no idea what to do with myself and my life as I move forward. So I think one of the ways that is going to be able to help me decide who I want to be is to simplify. And so we're going to be taking a huge step with that as we move into our tiny home and get rid of so many of our belongings, probably like 95%. And don't quote me on that because it's January and we're not moving until June. So we'll see where we end up with that. But the goal is to pretty much kind of just start fresh and start over. So we will see where we go with that. So today is going to be a little bit more of a gentle day. I will be focusing on the business side of writing. Being an author is certainly not all grins and giggles, that is for sure. There is writing and then there is business. Sometimes I feel like the business side of writing takes up 95% of my energy, if I'm being honest. Sometimes it feels like there's hardly any time to actually write. And so with that, I guess I will confess that, I haven't been writing. I probably haven't written a word on a page in about 2 to 3 months. Everything has just been absolute chaos. I'm just savoring these last few months of having Connor in our home. Grace and Jagger, the characters of the new story, they're not going anywhere. They are stuck in this steel trap, but You know, time is precious and I will never get these moments back. So I am just savoring them. As a writer, I kind of have a process and I really have to be in kind of a specific headspace to be able to kind of lock into my characters and lock into their story world. It just kind of needs to be very calm. And right now our life is absolutely not that. So, you know, I will get back to Jagger and Grace when it feels right. So I think this is where I will say goodbye. Thank you so much for spending a part of your day with me. You know, happy January, happy New Year. I think I'm gonna spend a couple more minutes with my puzzle, then go light my candle and savor the fact that it's actually sunny while I answer a few emails. Do you have any tips or tricks for beating the winter blues? Feel free to share them in the comments below. I'll see you again in February. Bye.